So I've got two boys, Eden and Tyler, aged 8 and 10, and yes, we decided as a family that we would like a fresh perspective. We've just started at Riverhouse Academy. I know my son's temperament, and I think this is the sort of tone that we thought would benefit them as they're growing in these important years. Early days, but I'm liking the, I'm seeing the impact it's making on them. They're really great, smiley, happy children coming home at 3 o'clock, and we're looking forward to seeing that. We have quality of life here after school as well. That's something that which is enriching them. I'm liking the fact that we've have this bonding going on, which is a daily routine, for us.
Tyler, you guys are having a real adventure. You just started the school here. What do you think?
It's really nice.
What do you like about it?
I like the food, and people are nice there.
Yeah.
And they do good lessons.
What's your favourite lesson?
Our world.
Same amount of kids in the class, or?
In England, there's like 23 kids in the class.
And here, how many have you got in your class?
I think 11, including the teacher.
So, are you glad you came?
Yeah,
What do you think about living in India?
it's nice.
What do you like about it?
The beach.
I'm hearing sound bites on a daily basis about what they're doing, how they're working. It's a lot more free. Timetables aren't so compact as you would in a primary school setting. I'll be home educating as well as them going to school, and the social, the emotional benefits are very impressive right now.
What's your background in education?
Okay, so I'm a secondary school teacher. I teach design technology. I've been teaching for close to 8 years. Lots of parameters going on right now with the UK education system. Funding's just been extracted out of lots of state schools, and I found my subject in particular a second-class subject against maths, science, and English. There's not a lot of creativity now in secondary schools. Creativity is being squashed. So I worked in 6 schools where I see problems which aren't a good reflection on the educational system right now in the UK.
6 very different schools.
Very different, yep. Some state funded, some not. Two academies, which are the new way of the school government's way of thinking, which is a privately funded, independent management system. There's got to be profit made, and if you put profit before education, then something's going to be adrift. I worked at Westminster as well as St Paul, and I've benefited from working at the highest, let's say, independent schools there are in the UK, and I saw the benefit of that. I saw that I was, enjoying that sort of experience. But there's challenges, and those challenges are demanding. There is an element of pressure putting your children, into these competitive markets, let's say, where they need to compete with a lot of children at a similar age, and I just felt that there's things that I see in education that we're seeing a lot more stressed out children at a younger age, and not being able to cope with the high level demand that they're being put through, on a daily basis. The testing, they're not good enough. The sort of, failure is unacceptable. And actually, it is acceptable. We learn from our mistakes. So I was witnessing a lot of unhappy environments with children's state of mind, and I just need a fresh perspective on whether that is a good environment for a child, giving the children the right tools. So, are they learning to pass a test, or are they continually learning to learn? And I think important that the facility of teaching children to be independent inquirers, learn on your, how do you learn? Why do we learn? What do you want to learn? And have the freedom to explore that. So children don't have time to think, solve problems, or to come up with fresh ideas. And the way that schools run, it's a very traditional method which served industry. So every class is the same age, let's say. Every class is 15 to an hour a minute long. Every teacher plans a starter and a finish of a lesson, and so evaluate the learning. There are 30 plus children in every class now on average in the UK. That's a lot of children for one teacher to recognise whether everyone's learning. And there are 30 individuals who all have special needs, and the way I see it is every mind is different. So the way that teachers are being squashed with time, overload with marking, overload with books, let's say planning is becoming less and less important, because they just simply have to meet the standards of each school that is effectively trying to compete on a performance table. And the only thing that schools get funding based on their position of the performance table. It's a very difficult system now, where actually, I'm going to be bold here, I don't think the children come first.